Good morning, Twin Cities. Up and Adam. Thanks, Andrew. I'm Jack Tomczak. That's Andrew Lee.
I'm excited to have you back, I guess. Good morning.
Come here and cuddle. Get over here.
Good morning. Welcome back.
That's Lump.
You look well.
Well,
Keep your sickness away from me.
Seriously.
I'm not kidding.
Seriously.
I don't want the pukes. Or whatever it is that you have. Or Ebola. Or whatever.
Zika virus.
Oh, I know what
Yeah.
it's like. I know what it's like when you're the one who's goes to work and people are sick. Oh, he's faking it. He wants to stay home. I know what it's like. I know. He intentionally didn't, so I decided to come back a day early
No.
to get both of you sick.
The first thing he did was cough on me.
I know. I saw it. I was here. I
Yeah.
watched.
Well, that's the
watched
first
the whole
There's
thing.
got to be...
That's the first thing you saw me do. I
Oh,
was
God.
licking doorknobs the whole way in.
That's disgusting.
I'm going to
You're
wipe
telling
everything
me.
down. Sanitize it.
Licking all the elevator buttons.
Uh-huh.
Gross.
I got here at 3.
Gross.
I got half a day's work in at this point. On the show today, we'll talk about why Mark Dayton hates people who need jobs and jobs.
Well, it started off as just Mark Dayton, but then the opening day of the legislative session was, of course, yesterday, and then we can add the House DFL into the mix.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like their whole...
They really don't want to help the people on the Iron Range.
Kim Crockett from the Center of the American Experiment will be joining us over the phone to talk about Mark Dayton's pre-K plans, also some presidential primary results, some Twitter news, and the world has gone crazy.
It really
Crazy.
has.
I
It's
added
nuts.
a story to that. I hope you saw that. Crazy.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And Dorothy Fleming, my friend, in to talk movies.
Movies we haven't seen.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right.
Movies we have no opinion of.
We're gonna do the stuff I planned on talking about on Monday.
Okay.
Today.
Right.
Because I got
You've
all
been
kinds
hanging
of
on
thoughts
to this. Yeah.
on some things.
I had a really good show planned Monday.
It was tight.
it was great.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it today.
Uh-huh.
Talk about what you did over the weekend.
Yeah, I got an Apple TV over the weekend.
Did you really?
Yep. So far, so good.
Okay.
So that's why you were sick.
Yeah.
Just
at home.
Playing with his new
Yeah.
TV. Yeah.
I was puking.
You're putting the quotes on the wrong. Yeah, I got an Apple TV over the weekend. I was, because I don't like spending money. I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not, but I decided to bite the bullet. And so far, what I've noticed, it's just a super fast, super great way to navigate the apps you could already buy, but worth it.
Right. On your TV.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the screen mirroring thing, you can mirror your phone.
Yep. That's a
and
neat
it's-
little trick.
Just for the novelty of it, totally worth it.
The only criticism I've heard of Apple TV is that you're confined to sort of the Apple universe, right? It makes it difficult to things like Amazon Prime, things that you would normally stream that aren't part of the Apple universe. It can be a little clunky.
Yep, and this is what the only thing so far that I don't like use every day, but I use is the Amazon app, and I don't have that through that. So I use that through my Blu-ray player.
Can you
But Apple will catch
screen mirror that onto your Apple TV?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, probably do that. While buying said Apple TV, I ran into a listener, Mark,
Hey, Mark.
at the mall.
Hi, Mark.
How you
was
doing,
kinda
Mark?
neat.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, like hey, I knew you from the radio, which is weird because it wasn't like I was broadcasting anything. So it's either by face or by voice or Hug Nugget. Said something adorable and clever.
And of course, she's the only child that does that. So.
She is. You'll know this if you follow. me on
Clearly, that's
Twitter.
Hug Nugget.
She was sick as well.
Your whole family was sick.
Great line from her sickness. Come on, pukes. She's so funny when she's vomiting. And don't text and drive. We've talked about it on the show before, and we've had Mark Eager from AT&T on here, and I thanked him for saving my life on Friday. I'm driving home from the show on Friday up northbound 169. Traffic was not going super fast. It is an environment that 2 years ago I'd have been texting away. And there was just a car stopped in the left lane.
On 169.
So all the other cars ran into that car.
Oh, God.
It was out of nowhere, which I guess is, I suppose, how car accidents happen, but very scary.
Were you involved in the accident?
Nope.
Okay.
I stopped. I hit the brakes and I stopped, and then I realized, probably not smart. And then hit the gas and drove around it.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
it's terrifying. How'd things go without me? I heard it was terrible.
It was actually fabulous. You know,
That
he had
sounds
some really
delicious.
good shows, and Andrew had some great interviews, and he was joined by some really solid guests, and I was very impressed.
People sent me periscopes of them stabbing themselves in the ear.
That's not true. That's not true.
I feel like that's
They wanted-
separate
that's
from
not- they
listening
wanted
to this
to.
show.
That's not true. You're just
about it.
lying.
Maybe.
No, things went well. Kurt Zeller's sat in yesterday. Always fun to have him on. Ron Johnson on Monday. If you missed that interview, go back and podcast it. It was really good.
That played into the math on not coming in on Monday. Apart from the fact that at 5 a.m. I figured, I don't think I should drive a car. I thought, I don't want to get the U.S. Senate sick.
Oh,
It's
We're
not,
okay.
It's not
You're the real
Oh,
hero.
yeah, you guys aren't.
he saved the country.
Yeah.
What if you got him sick, and then he got someone else sick, and they got someone else sick, and then eventually you got the president sick?
Oh, so I goofed up. I should have been here.
Right.
Yeah.
I get Ron Johnson back.
Let me
cough
breathe
in his
all over him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Johnson, let's make out. Don't get that drop.
Get in that drop.
Yeah. Say it again, just to make sure she gets it clean. Was yesterday or is it Monday the Black Lives Matter St. Paul discussion?
That was
Monday?
well. It was actually ended up being both days
Okay.
because on Monday we talked about how they were planning on shutting down the school, and we talked about the Facebook posts that offended Rashad Turner apparently. But then yesterday we found out that, of course, he got a meeting with Superintendent Valeria Silva,
So he pulled back.
and then after that meeting they canceled the shutdown of Como Park High School. So that seems to be the pattern. Threaten to shut down something, get a meeting with a high-profile official, get appeased, and then call it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much longer people are going to take this guy seriously.
I don't
Well, I know we don't,
see a show.
but I'm talking about
100% of our listeners.
the people
think the
that
guy's insane.
the people that he's able to activate.
Yeah. And the teacher involved in this had marched with
Yes.
Black Lives? Okay.
Yeah, Theo Olson is a special education teacher. Theo at Como Park High School, and he vented on Facebook, as we've heard a lot of St. Paul teachers do, as we've had St. Paul teachers call into this show and vent.
And local radio hosts do, and they don't have a show for 2 days.
And these these teachers are frustrated at their inability to discipline and police their own classrooms. They're frustrated at the policies that are allowing children to run wild in the schools. And he vented on Facebook. Never mentioned race one time in any of the posts that I saw.
Yeah.
I was trying. I mean, I was trying to.
You try to see race.
I was trying to
racial
look
aspect
for
of things.
what could have been so offensive about what he posted, and I asked people to call in and tell me, what was so wrong with this, and nothing. I mean, I got nothing. And but he wanted that teacher fired. He wanted to shut down the school. Called him a white supremacist because Black Lives Matter marches are typically littered with white supremacists.
That's like
That's where
not-
they go.
It's not reported, but yeah,
Yeah.
like half their people. Is that the Klan in the back? Yeah, shh, don't tell anybody. They're with us.
So, but he met with Silva, called it off. Now it's over. We'll wait for the next thing that he threatens to shut down.
Do we
and
know-
then gets another meeting with Dayton or Coleman or whomever.
Do we know if Rashad Turner's got people following him? I mean, is he just a Facebook page, or does he have people following him?
I think he has. He's a leader of a
'Cause
movement.
he's insane, or not, because he's getting everything he wants.
It's working. It's working. That's the one thing you can say about Black Lives Matter, Minneapolis, and in St. Paul, is that their actions have been effective. They've gotten what they've wanted for the most part.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. Andrew, what's at the top of the barf bag?
the session did open yesterday. I got a couple of news items from that, as well as remember 2 weeks ago or so in a legislative preview forum that was held, Mark Dayton called the chamber a bunch of liars.
Yeah.
And said they'd like to misrepresent statistics to bash Minnesota.
Yeah, and I was all excited that maybe the chamber was going to go all in and be on our side on every single issue and recognize that Dayton is not a helpful fella.
No, he was the keynote speaker at their dinner last night.
Come again?
Yeah. We'll get more of that when we come back.